Hello and welcome to C64 Sims. Today we are doing Dalton Smith versus Subriel Matias. Subriel Matias? Yeah, there we go. So, big fight for Dalton Smith this one. It's a huge step up, but I think he's got all the tools. Some good shots going in from both there. No one really got an advantage at the moment. But I think he's got all the tools to do it. We've just never seen him at this level. And the big thing for me is he going to be able to handle the power of Matias? He's working back at the moment. And if he could start like this and set this sort of pace, I think that's the exact thing that Dalton Smith would need to do in this fight to be able to get the win. But, you know, a huge step up. But I would love to see Smith get the win in this one. And, you know, maybe towards the later part of the year, go on and face Adam Azim. Boxer spoke about potential for pay-per-view and working with a broadcaster there. So I think there is an avenue to go down for that. Or I don't see this happening, but letting Matchroom put it on the zone. I can't see that being the way, but I can't see a bigger fight for Dalton Smith. That was a good round there. I think that's gone to Smith. He was putting a lot of pressure on. We're going to see the results come in. Let's see what way it's gone. Yeah, Dalton Smith getting it on two of the judges' scorecards, with the first judge giving it as a draw. So it'll be interesting to see this fight. And I mean, Matias hardly has the best record either. He's starting to put a bit of pressure on now. But Dalton's landing some shots off the back foot. But one thing that Matias does have is power. He got obviously the big win against Rolly Romero. That was the big one. He knocked him out early. And the last win against Alberto Puello, that was a great win. But he come up short against Liam Toro. Matias is coming forward, but Smith seems to be landing more of the punches. It's going to be a hard one to score. But so I think the speed of Smith could be the problem for Matias with this. But you know, he just needs that one moment, and he can turn the fight around with his power. So it's a real interesting watch. A close round there. It's whether you liked the aggression of Matias or the punches landed by Smith. Yeah, they've gone Smith again. He's building up a little bit of a lead here. Now, on this game, don't get overwhelmed by the 10-7s. That's almost like a 10-9, really, in reality, to a normal boxing match. That's just winning a round, basically. It's a good shot there by Matias. Dalton Smith felt that one. He felt that one for sure. Can he follow up? And he does follow up. He's hurt him again. It's a big round for Matias. Oh, and he's been caught. He's been caught and he's been put down. Great shot by Dalton Smith. For round, ultimately, that I think he was losing there. But he's managed to pull out the shot. He feinted low and went high. It's a great shot, a great setup by Dalton Smith there. But the good thing about this fight being so early is you can get out and you can have a real busy year off the back of it. There's no reason why you can't fit 3 in. Obviously, it can get tricky with negotiations. That round there, I don't think this is going to be as wide as you probably think. Probably 10-7s across the board for Smith due to the knockdown, but it was a close round before that. See, they've gone Matias, despite despite the knockdown, they've got Matias. And this is shaping into a really good fight. And what a really good year we had in boxing last year. I mean, some of the big fights that we had. Canelo versus Crawford. That was a fantastic, massive fight. We had a better BF Dibble for the second time. We also had Chris Eubank Jr. Matias has got him pinned here on the ropes. Smith can't get out, having to defend. He is getting off work as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this one's scored. Because I think he's blocking a lot of them shots. But somehow getting through. But yeah, we had the massive Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn fight. We obviously had the return of Manny Pacquiao. The Riyadh season WBC Boxing Grand Prix, which didn't set fire like I thought it was. Good round there. I think they could have gone with Matias. He had Smith on the ropes for a lot of the time there. Let's have a look as the scores come in. But you never know with these judges. They can go any way. They've gone for Smith. Well, one's gone for Matias. So we're looking at what we got, 113 or 102. It's a close fight. Honestly, that is essentially 2 rounds. You need 2 rounds to get that back. But it's still all to play for here in the 5th. But we have the WBC Grand Prix. That was a fantastic competition. One that I think will be bigger and better next time. Usyk Dubois was a great moment. Dubois, a little bit of a letdown there. I was expecting more from him, not necessarily to win, but I thought he could have caused problems like he did in the first fight there. Oh! Big knockdown. I don't know if he's going to get up here. He does. He does. Smith needs to put on him. Why is he not going forward? Oh, he lands again. He let go. Go. Oh, he's let him get away with it there. The round's about to go. He's let him get away. Dalton Smith, he may come to regret that. He may come to regret that. But also that year we had, last year we had Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios, the return of Pacquiao. I didn't think it was a good idea, I've got to say. But he come through, Pac-Man. He did a good job and now he's back. All 3 to Dalton Smith there. Not too much of a surprise. And now he's got that 20-point lead and it is starting to really turn in the favour of Dalton Smith. The momentum seems to be with him. I would like him to stop being forced back so much. But I'd be more than happy if this is the result. Because I would love, like I said earlier, Dalton Smith to get the win in this one. And set up a big fight with Adam Azim later down the line. Adam Azim out in the 31st of January against Lomas. Good fight. Real good fight that, and it puts these 2 guys on the same sort of time schedule, so there's no reason why we couldn't get it on in the summer. I don't know, I'd be surprised if they did do that, but there's no reason why they couldn't. And you know, it just sets us up for a massive 2026, and we've got some big ones. January, I remember a few years back where January it'd be a dry month in boxing. Ended around there. Another close one. Matias again. It's followed this pattern of Matias pushing him back, but Smith probably doing slightly more work off of the ropes. So always hard to score. Again, we've got 1 for Smith, 2 for Matias. So is the screw starting to turn? So yeah, January. Oh, good shot there from Matias. He has put some damage to him there, and again that he didn't react quite as much, but that hurt him. And again, he's gone down. He's gone down. Can he get back up? He does. He does. Round 7, and he's been put down. Is this fight starting to turn? But yeah, so January we've got Amanda Serrano versus Teles kicking us off. Holly Holm on the undercard of that one. That is an interesting. It's not an all women's card. I know there is. There are some guys fighting on that, but Ebony Bridge is also on that card. So that's a real fun one to set us out. Always a tough one for me with the American fights. And no, Dalton Smith has gone down again. He gets up, and luckily Matias wants to storm over there and get him out of there. Why is he stopped? I mean, both fighters have had chances where I'm not saying Matias could have put him out there, but he could have been a bit quicker getting to him in the centre, and you never know. And then obviously in January we move over to this one. Let's see what these judges' scorecards say. Yeah, no surprise there. Going with Subriel Matias. But so we have this fight, but on the same night in January. Yeah, boxing makes its return to Germany, and we've got Ajit Caballero against the big Polish heavyweight. I'm not neither. Possibly how you pronounce it, but I know the guy. I think he's undefeated. That should be a real good fight. Always good to see Ajit Caballero. He is. Oh, good shot there by Dalton Smith. Just what he needed as the momentum was starting to turn in this one. But always good to see Ajit Caballero. He's kind of starting to go into a space that Dillian White was in a few years ago, which I don't know if it's necessarily a space you want to be in, where you're interim champion, you're #1 contender for a long time, and there's just no word or rumours of you getting that shot. And I think Caballero's probably a harder night work than Dillian White was back then, and less of a name, so I think it's even less likely that, you know, it'll be Alexander Usyk at the moment is going to jump at the chance of doing that fight. But maybe if he can get a win here, I would still think he would need another bigger win for exposure. He's had some real good wins, but I mean, he's a tough night's work, isn't he? And I don't think anyone would be queuing up to find him. So another round for Matias. Oh my god, this fight is close. We have got a 1-point fight here. Also coming in January. Oh, big shot. Put Smith down. He gets back up. But we also have Italma versus Franklin. Real good fight. Ezra Taylor versus Hutchins on the undercard of that one. Hutchinson. And Shaquille Thompson versus Brad Paul. So that's Nathan Heaney returning on that card as well. So that is one I'm really excited by. I'm an English boxing fan, and some of these American cards are great, but they're... Oh! I think that's it. He went down hard there. Okay. He's getting up. He's not got up. Dalton Smith has swallowed it. Here is your winner, Subriel Matias. Guys, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.